Finished my last sunflower seed, took a sip of tea, and looked up at him. Mr. Evans, why don't you check the security cameras? I clock in and out on time every day. I haven't strayed more than 15 feet from this break room, and I've barely made any phone calls. What could I possibly have done? Used telekinesis? Mr. Evans was speechless. He could only glare at me before storming off. A few days later, Amelia finally managed to land a deal with a small new company for a $10,000 contract. The company actually held a special commendation ceremony for it. Under the spotlight, she held the thin contract, her smile radiant. At the end of the meeting, Mr. Evans called my name again, his voice booming through the microphone. Ava, do you see? This company can function perfectly fine without anyone. Always remember to be humble. If you're not as good as someone else, you have to admit defeat. Amelia stood beside him, her eyes filled with unconcealed triumph and scorn. Mr. Evans cleared his throat and delivered the final verdict. In light of Ava Dyer's passive performance during her probationary period, the management has unanimously decided to terminate her employment contract, effective immediately. Now please proceed to the HR department to complete your exit procedures. The room was silent. I smiled, not bothering to defend myself. I took out my phone and in front of everyone left all the company group chats. The world instantly became much quieter. As I was packing up my things, the receptionist came running into the office, flustered. Mr. Evans, Mr. Reed is here, he's just downstairs. Amelia's eyes lit up, and she followed Mr. Evans downstairs to greet him. I set down my cardboard box and waited. I was also looking forward to seeing my dear brother-in-law. Nathan Reed stepped out of the elevator, surrounded by an entourage, his expensive suit jacket casually draped over his arm. His gaze swept past me as I stood in the hallway holding my box, without a flicker of recognition. It seemed he had completely forgotten our brief meeting at my sister's wedding 4 years ago. Mr. Evans obsequiously ushered Nathan and Amelia into his large office. The heavy wooden door closed, shutting out all prying eyes. They were in there for 2 full hours. When the door opened again, Mr. Evans was practically glowing. He was half bowed, shaking Nathan's hand vigorously. Mr. Reed, you're a lifesaver. To bring us such a massive annual framework agreement at this critical time, you've saved our entire company. Nathan smoothly withdrew his hand as if he had touched something unclean. We've been partners for years. There's a basic level of trust, he said, his tone flat and emotionless. His eyes fell on Amelia, who was clinging to his side, looking gentle and submissive. Besides, I'm sure you understand the relationship between Amelia and me. Amelia appropriately lowered her gaze, the very picture of a demure, dependent woman. Nathan continued, I've offered her a comfortable, respectable position at my company several times, but she insists on making it on her own. She's just too pure. She's always worried about gossip, that people will say I'm using my power to help her. Mr. Evans immediately bowed even lower, his voice oozing with flattery. Yes, everyone can see Ms. Lynn's capabilities, and her character is impeccable. You can rest assured she will never be wronged here. Oh, is that so? Nathan raised an eyebrow, a hint of doubt in his voice. But last night I heard Amelia say she was treated quite unfairly at the office a few days ago. I believe someone publicly slandered her. A thin layer of cold sweat instantly beaded on Mr. Evans's forehead. His panicked gaze darted around the room before finally landing on me, standing quietly in the corner with my box. He practically lunged at me, shoving me forcefully in front of Nathan. The push was so hard I stumbled. Mr. Reed, a misunderstanding, a huge misunderstanding. Mr. Evans's voice was shrill as he rushed to distance himself. This was an individual employee's actions. It has nothing to do with our company. She was jealous that Amelia won the sales champion award, so she started spreading malicious rumors. As you can see, we've already dealt with her sternly. We fired her. She's leaving right now. All eyes were on me. I steadied the box in my arms, lifted my head to meet Nathan's scrutinizing gaze, and then, slowly, a smile spread across my face. I raised my free hand and wiggled my fingers at him. Long time no see. My voice was clear and steady, cutting through the dead silence of the office. Brother-in-law,